5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 3 of CJ vs. KD Day 1 Pro League Playoffs. This is going to be another exciting action movie, I have to say, because this movie involves action and movie. We have movie there as the stony face Protoss, purple Protoss at 5 o'clock, and we have action here as the Zerg player, the blue Zerg player at the 11 o'clock. So this should surely be an exciting matchup between the two players here. And there we see another amusing sign. CJ came back very convincingly in Game 2, destroying Crazy Hydra with Raves like it was nothing. It wasn't even a contest in that particular match. Just feel Crazy Hydra had not prepared against, maybe not prepared extensively against that sort of play. Surely he's prepared a little. And there we see someone who is clearly predicting something. I just do not know what that is, unfortunately. So they are in cross, and there we see another. What is with all these sad-looking people? Maybe these people want the MSL to continue. I'm sure that's what they want. I agree. MSL needs to continue. Very important. I am converting into a music channel. What sort of nonsense is that? I just don't know. I do not understand what could be going through the heads of the people. I mean, if you want a tradition to continue, you have to stick it out for some time. That's the thing. I think something only gains true legitimacy after like 30 or 50 years. Alright, if this game is still played in 50 years, then that means it actually does truly stand the test of time. This is what I'm saying, because that seems like such a ridiculously long time, except if you think about the real sports, they've all been around for hundreds of years. Well, actually more like 150 depending on the game. But it depends on sport too. My point is that you can't just have something around for 10 years and call that an esport. Or around 1 year, that's even more of a joke. That's just a game. It may or may not have the potential to be something that stands the test of time, but you don't know until it actually stands the test of time. Anyway, that rambling diatribe aside here against the NBC Game people, which actually this is hosted by NBC Game, this particular series. So, I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Maybe those people are protesting NBC Game here. I'm going to bet that is what they were protesting. At least that's how I see it. Anyway, we have the standard opening here coming from Action. He's going to get another base, probably at the natural of the 1 o'clock rather. He is at the 11 o'clock. And with these Zerglings out, just going to chase away the initial scouting probe. We have 2 cannons going down at the front and the Nexus for Movie. So Movie does have a silver OSL, silver the OSL, so that is something certainly impressive here. That probe still alive. All these Zerglings are chasing after it. And there we see a blonde, very nice. And then why is she hiding her face? She's not one of the Koreans. Maybe she's assimilating into the local culture there. That's why she's hiding her face. Maybe she wants to assimilate, I guess, or winning Seoul, do what the Koreans do, I guess. Anyway, well, not all the Koreans even hide their face. It's just some of them these days. It's not like in the past where literally all of them did. Literally, by the word meaning literally. Very dangerous word to use, I feel. Rarely is it a good idea to use that word. But alas, I've made my bed. That was not literal, by the way. So, there's a difference between literally and figuratively. And we see Cybernetics Core here going down for Movie. So, that was very exciting, but unfortunately, or rather, the way I said it was very exciting, but unfortunately is not very exciting. And because these days in PvZ, you just see a lot of downtime, I have to say, at the beginning. There's usually not too much action. Protoss, as long as they don't make amateur's mistake, can survive any sort of early assault here from potential Zerg player, except if the Zerg player goes for Hydralisk. But there's a girl who turning her face away. Good for her. But it does not appear to be what Action is going for. Rather, he's gone for the standard Zerg build, putting down his Spire here, and he's probably going to go get the Hydralisk then after this, 4th base, and then start massing up forces for the assault. Some Zerg players like to go for Hydralisk then early in action, leaving 2 drones idle there. That is actually quite sloppy so early on in the game. For something like the Pro League Finals, that is not very good at all. Anyway, Citadel going down here. So, Movie, despite his silver in the OSL, has failed to really achieve anything after that. It was almost more of a fluke appearance for him. I don't think he's even made it past the round of 8 of another Star League since then. I could be wrong about that. But again, I feel Movie just not the most impressive player. He's going to be able to sneak a probe by here. Very nice maneuver. He is going to see that it is the standard Zerg build. Probably he sees a Spire, so he knows that nothing super fast with Hydralisk is coming his way. One strategy Zerg players like to do, especially on smaller maps, this looks like, why is the name of this map escaping me right now? It's not the Fortress, obviously. It's that other map that looks kind of fortressy. Geez. Oh, I can't. New Empire of the Sun. There we go. New Empire of the Sun. So it is a pretty large map, and it is difficult for a rush to be carried out that successfully due to increased map distances. I still think it could potentially work. You put down 3 hatcheries, you get for the Hydralisk in, you stop scouting, massive Hydralisk, and you assault. Protoss works like a charm on so many Protoss. They just, I don't know, Protoss players these days always seem a bit arrogant about surviving the initial Zerg assault, or maybe they really just don't have the resources to put down the extra cannons that they need to. I don't know. But regardless, this looks like a much more traditional game. Dark Templar out, 3 more Corsairs here, going to be able to chase away the Scourge? Possibly no. A bit worried about engaging the Scourge, in fact. Scourge not going to hang around to try to snipe the Corsair there. And SimCity going up here. I'm actually a little surprised that another base has not been put down just... Oh, okay, there it is. On the map, it's actually really hard to tell, the mini-map. Action's little hatchery blends right in the background there. I just can't see it. But yeah, I was going to be surprised if he didn't put down another hatchery, but yes, he has. At the main of the 1 o'clock base, High Templar out already. Protoss players are fond of doing this, which I think is a wise move. Hydralisks are very devastating. Well, you know, those two are devastating. The adverbs are not necessary. They are devastating, but High Templar, the best counter to Hydralisk. But Reaver is also another good choice. Ooh, very fast expansion, I have to say, coming out here for Movie. Not too much that Action can do when he's putting down another base here. And the Corsairs are now sent out to hunt down, bag some prizes, if you would. Try to kill the odd Overlord or 2. There are some Mutalisks and Scourge out to deal with these Corsairs. Archon being more to deal with the Mutalisks. That's the great thing about High Templar. They are flexible. Archon early on can be quite a nuisance, at least, to deal with. These Scourge coming, gonna be able to try to pick off some of these Corsairs. Not able to get it done though by Action. He's gonna be able to get some hits off with the Mutalisks. Maybe pick off 1 or 2. And ooh, big battle there. Action pausing his units. Not quite working out. Losing at least 2 Corsairs. Maybe actually it worked out better than I thought. He does have a good number of Corsairs still. He's using the Corsairs to engage the Mutalisks despite the Spore Colony there. Big attack coming here, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Actually, it seems to have broken through here. There are quite a few Zealots still alive. Scourge and Mutalisks coming. Another Corsair getting picked off. Only 1 Corsair left. There's a hero Dark Templar there with the 7 kills. 6 kills rather. 6 kill Dark Templar. If that Overlord goes down, the Dark Templar will have free reign to destroy everything. But no, the Dark Templar getting picked off here. Almost all the fences going down. All the fences going down. There are still 3 Zealots. It looks like 2 Zealots against a few Mutalisks. No reinforcements coming in because Movie has spent this time getting another base. Movie has done significant damage, broken all the defenses and killed a good number of drones, stopped mining for some time. So, nice attack by Movie. I'm just not sure completely whether it was worth it. I would say that was a marginal victory at best for Movie. He inflicted damage, but at the end of the day, he didn't inflict any sort of critical damage. You can see that Action has no problem rebuilding his forces there. Now there are 2 more Archons and more Zealots coming out, but I don't think they're going to be able to do too much except force these Mutalisks back. Rather, there are 2 more Sunkens at the front there to defend. Sunkens are marvelous against Archons as long as Action micros them, and I suspect he will. I mean, surely he will against something that is critical early on. Looks like Movie is going to be forced back here. These Archons landing a hit there on the Mutalisks, but a lot more Scourge being morphed too to deal with these Corsairs that are still in Movie's base. Movie putting down 4 cannons there at natural defense. He is a bit concerned about attack there. I just have to feel that, you know, the Zerg player will either send, you know, like 2 or 4 Zerglings as a small scouting, harassing force, or mass up an attack with 24 Hydras at that position. 4 cannons. Oh, nice! Brilliant maneuver, I have to say, by Action here, coming in, cloning his Scourge, picking off all the Corsairs, it looks like, destroying the cannon. Now he has free reign over Movie's main base. Brilliant maneuver, exactly where Movie was not expecting the attack and where he was most vulnerable. Movie looks like is going to go for the counterattack, probably going to use an Archon in the main base to deal with these units, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to break through. No, Movie is going to be forced back here, it looks like, bring all his units back into the main. He's got 1 Corsair left. He's suffered a lot of losses in his main at this point, losing a lot, at least a dozen probes, if not more. Not to mention significant mining time. His only saving grace is that he has another base there at the 4 o'clock. Ooh, nice little hit there from the Archon. I thought it would have been more devastating possibly, but only 1 hit by the Archon. Not against particularly stacked Mutalisks either. +2 range attack upgrade finish already for the Hydralisk there by Action. Action is capable Zerg player when he wants to be. Oh, that High Templar getting picked off. That's absolutely critical, I have to say. And now Action going to sacrifice most of his Mutalisks, probably to free up side. I mean, this can't possibly be a mistake because it would be beyond belief how bad this mistake was. Now, another High Templar getting picked off. There are 2 more though in the back. He's surely just freeing up what side he can. And now, big battle here at the front. And those Zealots melting against the +2 range upgraded Hydralisk. And now the Hydralisk doing what damage they can. Not storming, morphing an Archon. This is a disaster for Movie. A 2 well-played storm there would have driven Action back. But I just don't think this is going to work out for Movie here. Moving Archons get destroyed by Hydralisk unless they're getting close, I guess. And somehow Movie has actually taken the field against my expectation. Maybe not quite. Action bringing all sorts of reinforcements. Movie without his Archons, without Zealots to protect his Archons, gonna start losing their Archons in, 2 Archons just going down in seconds there. Another Archon getting picked off. There are only a few Zealots, 5 Zealots, and an Archon left to defend here. Movie probably would be wise to morph the Lurkers a bit more in the back. The last Archon going down, that Lurker heavily damaged, and these Zealots gonna be able to push the Hydralisk back. For now, quite a few Zealots coming out. I guess I underestimated Movie's economy. I didn't think he'd be able to put out so many ground forces. That 3rd base really making a critical difference here. And Action's attack not working out despite the lack of storms. I mean, this is unexpected, I have to say. That Lurker needs to burrow. Lurker burrow there. There do not appear to be any observers to deal with this. So, that Lurker going to be critical here for holding off this assault force. And both players really trading blows there. Impossible to tell who's ahead. Observatory finish here. I have to say Movie, I thought he would be finished, so I have to say Movie won that particular battle here. But he is definitely still in danger. Have a Lurker burrowed here on the ramp at that 4 o'clock base. Not that it matters too much. Lurker needs to burrow a bit more here. In the back. Oh, now the Lurker has good position over the probes. It's going to be able to cause some damage. It's got 5 kills already. Although that might possibly be from the Hydralisk before it was being morphed. That Dark Templar with 7 kills. Looks like most of these Zerglings going to get picked off here. And these Mutalisks coming to pick off the Observer. Brilliant maneuver by Action, I have to say, using 3 Mutalisks there to snipe the Observer. Those must be newly morphed Mutalisks. He sacrificed a lot of them early on. No, he's transitioning to Meatless. Yeah, that's what he's doing. The Dragoons are coming out to potentially deal with this. These Meatless trying to run into the main, but with so many Dragoons, they will be forced back. So these Meatless doing what they can to annoy a movie here at the front, but does not look like it ultimately is going to matter. Though that Lurker is still alive in the back, picking away at pylons here. So clearly a very devastating unit, picking off 2 pylons. That's actually got to annoy movie somewhat. He's got 4 High Templar out, a good storm there, but not quite. The second storm missing most of the Meatless. Stormy and Meatless not optimal. Of course, Meatless able to dodge storms very well, and really you want to save the storms for the Hydralisk. That is why 30 players love using Meatless to dive bomb High Templar, and the last High Templar going down. This army of movies is now very vulnerable. The only saving grace, of course, is that he has a very impressive army, and Action does not appear to have nearly as many. Hydralisk, another High Templar getting sniped. This is just complete. I mean, this is precision bombing at its finest by Action here. Now coming out with Lurkers. There is enough energy for a storm by that High Templar, causing all sorts of havoc. And Action going to be driven back. He's losing all his Meatless, and now there are so many units at the front, so many Zealots. When Hydralisks are outnumbered by the Zealots, you know the Zerg player is in trouble, and Movie, with his great economy, might be able to push the front. No, he is forced to pull back when Action brings up his own reinforcements. Again, a tense exchange here at the front. Standoff. It's difficult to say who has the advantage. I am leaning towards Movie at this point. He's consistently won most of the battles. Now, a lot of Overlords coming out. Action, maybe he wants to turn the tide with a massive drop of some sort. A big Doom drop in the main could be exactly what he needs to swing the game in his favor here. One problem for Movie here is he is running out of resources. He's only got 1 base mining, but Zerg bases, of course, can sustain themselves for longer. Movie either has to think about getting it done now or getting expansion. He is looking to set up expansion while moving his army into the middle of the map. And now Movie has map control. He can decide where he wants to attack. Defense is being morphed here by Action at the natural of the 1 o'clock base. Action bringing his Overlords back. I guess he's abandoning his plans for a drop. And these Lurkers morphing in the front, getting caught, is actually quite a disaster. Losing his Lurker like that. So many Zealots barreling down the front. A second Lurker going down. There are some Hydralisks and a few Zerglings here, but just not enough units. A lot of Meatless coming out, doing their best to dive bomb, but now things not working out. The Templar storming themselves, but not going to matter. So many Meatless dying, and now the front is in danger of completely getting breached. 1 storm on that ramp, and it will be GG. No energy, I guess, but it still might be GG. A storm here all over these Hydralisks, also devastating. The natural of 1 o'clock completely breached here. Action might be able to defeat this army. He might be able to, but he will have suffered a lot of losses, I feel. Oh, Action has more units than I thought. He is going to be able to clean this up. By Movie getting his army trapped in here. Movie expanding there at a very dangerous location at the 2 o'clock base. So again, at this point, it's impossible to tell. I thought he had caused more damage than that. But no, it looks like Movie will be forced to cancel this Nexus. His attack looks so brilliant at the get-go, but Action just with so many more reserved units than I thought he had. And that was what made the difference there, bringing those units, cleaning up Movie's forces. I thought Movie had won when he had broken through there. And he did not kill as many drones as I thought he would have. I also have no idea why he expanded to that 2 o'clock. I guess he thought he won too, and he just sort of put down the expansion there. Although there's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't put down the expansion at the natural. The 7 o'clock, it's more or less the same distance for him, but a very different distance for Action. Because Action would have to go all the way cross map to saw that base, and if Movie could get another base mining right now, he would be fine. But as it stands, I have to give Action a massive advantage. Oh, Zealots dancing forward and backwards there. Action, I feel, has a massive advantage. If Movie can get another base up, he'll be fine. But as it stands, Action will have more units. Once he defeats this army of Movies on the field, or if he kills this base at the 4 o'clock, he will win the game. There is no way for Movie to come back here. Movie has to win this battle. He's been so good about winning battles earlier. But running your Zealots into Lurker fire is not the way to win here. Those and Lurker egg block on the ramp. Brilliantly done. One Storm not going to be able to get it done. And those Hydralisks focusing down the Nexus action is going to win this game. Great turn of events, I have to say. Movie perhaps just a bit overconfident. Movie, oh, looking, wow, the same as always. Still Nico. CJ, Entus face there, but surely this is GG. He might choose to fight on for a little bit, but I'm not sure there's even a Nexus building here. He just won't have the units to defend this base at the 7 o'clock. Spraying all his probes, not that it matters. Those Zealots fighting heroically against the Zerg units being sent there, but so many units pouring. The Nexus finished. Single cannon up there, and now the another Lurker egg block. Great use of Lurker egg blocks by Action in this game. This is just astonishing play, I have to say. And now he's going to pick off the Nexus. This is going to be the nailing coffin here. Surely GG coming out for a movie soon enough. Don't know why he's persisting in this game. Just going to humiliate himself at this point. I guess all Proleague players do want that glorious final battle. You mass up all your forces and you charge the Zerg player no matter the odds. Always astonishing to see, of course, the Proleague player with the heroic final charge. And now this is going to be the final battle here at the front. Storm going off on some of those units here. So many Zerglings coming to mop up these Dragoons. Great storms, I have to say, brilliant storms. Blaze of glory. So many dead Zerg units. Great blaze of glory there by Movie. Certainly performing for the fans, but ultimately he did lose the game. If he had Storm on that ramp with the Templar, who knows how this game would have gone. Although I guess he might still lost. I guess he needed to do that and move the Dragoons into the natural, where they would have a easier, into the main rather, where they would have an easier time defending against the coming attack of the Hydralisks. There were just way more than I thought Action had. I guess Mufi thought that too. So anyway, great game going on to the next set.
선수가 이 김성대 선수의 길을